Well, I think gratitude gives you such a firm foundation in life. I think if we lack gratitude, then we're always grasping for what we feel like we don't have. And if we're living that mode of having to ever worry that there's never going to be enough for us, then I think that affects almost every aspect of our lives, our most important relationships, our ability to feel confident in the things that we do, our ability to see the world as the world really is. So I think to live without gratitude just makes one like a hamster on a wheel that never gets anywhere. Where I think if we have that ability to pause and reflect upon our lives and to recognize the many gifts that we enjoy in our lives, then that gives us this sense of peace within ourselves that we can then understand the world as it really is and treat other people with thoughtfulness and kindness. But without gratitude, I think we're ever trying to scrap for what we think is our piece of the pie that's not being made available to us. I grew up in a very secure home and in a loving, not only home, but a loving church family in a small community. I mean, I'm not saying it was perfect, but I think I was given this sense that you are valued, and also this sense that what you have is not something you should ever feel entitled to, but realize that what you have, and not only in terms of the material things in your life, but the people in your lives, is a gift. It's a gift from God. And so I don't know, I just think I've always felt this sense of I'm blessed. See, I don't think gratitude is necessarily something that people that have more means have more of, and people that have less means have less of. So I meet every day people that come through our doors that are lacking what I would see as some of the basic needs of life, secure housing, access to health care, transportation, employment. And yet among those folks, I meet people who are very filled with gratitude, who have that mindset. Even though they may struggle with life for various reasons, they still have that sense of, life is a gift and I need to value it and appreciate it. And on the flip side, I've met, as probably most of us have, people that are just abundant in their material possessions and yet seem to not have that sense of gratitude. Now, I mean, the same opposite is true as well. I've met very ungrateful people who struggle, and I've met very, very well-off folks who are very humble and grateful. So I don't think gratitude, like many things in life, can be necessarily assigned to one economic, social category of people versus another. Well, as a person of faith, I obviously feel as if when one enters into a meaningful, authentic relationship with God, I don't know how you can have that kind of relationship without gratitude, without that ability to acknowledge that all good and perfect gifts come from above. From the very beginning of South Main Chapel Mercy Center, even before we opened our doors, I just kept feeling and saying, this is a God thing. This is not something that we have done or created. God has simply used a lot of people to bring a family of faith together that's very diverse, Even when there were those who doubted that kind of family of faith could be created and function in Anderson. But God has made it happen, and God continues to make it happen. So I just have the joy of being along for the ride, as do others. And we are so grateful for the ways God has supplied our need through so many generous people. And we certainly have seen that. This is a generous community. This is a community that I think genuinely desires to live with one another in peace and harmony. I think this is a community that at its heart sees how important it is we care for each other. And I think when folks are given that opportunity, they'll respond. And we've certainly experienced that here.